Shalom Akim. This is Yahawah Word coming back again to prophesy the downfall of America and to let the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians know that you are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. All right, as always, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh. All right, double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. All right, Khan, I'm just out here, man, again. Just I'm gonna go into the scriptures. Just basically, I'm gonna let the spirit flow, however the spirit wants it to be. That's just what it's gonna be. Just basically, we're coming into a time where America and these people out here are getting ready for the holidays, which is we're in the month of December, and we're approaching the holiday Christmas. All right, so I'm gonna basically just tap into that. Just go, like I said, I'm gonna go through let the spirit have its way, and let it be, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the first scripture that I have right here. It's Romans 3:3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?" Right. So we tell people over and over and over repetitively, like we do our children, you know, through repetition, constantly repeating ourselves to them, letting them know that following the ways of the world is going to lead you to death. All right, but they don't care, you know what I'm saying? They want to fulfill their own lusts or desires and things of that nature, and so be it, because we know the scriptures tell us that 2/3 of our people, the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, they're going to be destroyed. Because why? They rebel against Yahweh by Shem Yahweh's law, statutes, and commandments. They failed to return to Yahweh wholeheartedly, man. All right, with the sincerity, because you got a lot of people out in the world that claim themselves to be men or women of the Lord, but do their actions, their works, prove otherwise. All right, and America is the biggest hypocritical nation on the earth, where they like to use the titles that God is with us, so forth and so on, but really they ain't talking about the God of the Bible. All right, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're talking about a whole different deity. All right, they're talking about a whole different doctrine. It's not the doctrine of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh. All right, so it says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect?" Right, you're gonna stop the prophecies from being fulfilled, because even in the kingdom, when Yahweh comes and restores the world back to the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, who are the true Hebrew Israelites. All right, once He restores that to us, everything's gonna be rehearsed in its rightful manner, man. All right. Because the scriptures say in Jeremiah chapter 10, it says, Jeremiah 10:1, "Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, learn not the way of the heathen." Right? So it's a commandment not to learn the way of the heathen, man. All right? Because those that are outside of the nation of Israel, you're considered a heathen, a pagan, all right, a Gentile, a natural Gentile is that. Because you had Israelites that forsook their customs and were mentally, spiritually Gentiles, man. Why? Because they walked away from their heritage. All right, their heritage was stripped away from them. All right, that's why today in contemporary America we're known as Negroes, spits, wetbacks, niggers. That's what you call us. But those are all bywords and things of that nature that you put on us because y'all are our oppressors, man, our slave masters, our taskmasters. But all that's changing. The Most High, who y'all ignorantly call God and Jesus, is restoring everything back to its proper order. All right? So all that's going to come to a change, man. It's coming to a halt real quick. No longer are you going to be doing them things anymore, man. All right? It says that it tells us to learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Right? That's what the heathen worship and honor and glorify. They're in awe of the stars and the cosmos and things of that nature, and the trees and everything. Well, we know who created them things, and who's worthy of all praise and honor and glorification is Yahweh by Shem Yahweh. All right. So let every man be. That says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar." All right. So every man is a liar, man, because if you don't come out of the scriptures, you know, you're coming with fables, man. All right, Colossians 2:8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahawah Hamashiach. All right, because the doctrine, the traditions and customs that are after Yahawah Bashem Yahushua gonna lead you to eternal life, man. Everything else outside of that is gonna lead you to death. Okay, and that's what these people don't fail to understand. They think it's just something that is fun and to get along with family or to do family gatherings and things of that nature. No, man. Those things were set up to destroy you, man, to kill you, to enslave you and keep you from your power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, spiritually, man, further and further away from Him. The more you indulge yourself in the world, the more further you are from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because it says that a carnal mind cannot keep the Lord's commandments. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. Got another scripture. See where it's at. As a matter of fact, let me bring that one out in Romans. Romans chapter 8. See what I got lined up. All right. Romans chapter 8, verse 6. It says, "For to be carnally minded is death, and to be spiritually minded is life and peace." So in order to gain life and peace is through the scriptures, man, not through the world. Not through the rudiments and the customs of the world. Christmas is a paganistic holiday. Has nothing to do with the Lord, our power. Maybe your power, that white Jesus, that Cesar Borgia, all right, Serapis Christos. That's who y'all worship. We don't worship that power. We worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right. So to be carnally minded, all right, to be worldly minded is death, man. All right. It says, James 4:4, ye adulterers and adulteresses. That's right, because Israel went whoring out away from their power, because Israel, Yasha'Allah, was married unto Yahweh Shai, man, who the world called God and Jesus. That's who the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians are, who the 12 lost tribes of Israel are, man. All right, not them fake Jews over there in Israel. Okay, them imposters, those gutter rats, who they call themselves Israelis and Jewish. Those are the imposters. They took our heritage, and we're coming back to our true nationality. All right. So the Most High is commanding the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians everywhere that are the elect, that are destined from the foundations of the earth, to wake up out of sleep, man, to come back to your true heritage, because you're not no Negro, you're not no African American, you're a Hebrew Israelite. All right. I bar Yasha'Allah. But Yasha'Allah means he is a prince of power. Okay? And you got these Edomites, these so-called white people, they think everything's funny, smiling and geeking around. And they killing you Negroes on the streets, you know? But that time is coming to an end, man. That time's coming to an end real quick. That you ain't no longer going to be smiling no more, man. All right? You're going to be the new slave. You're going to be under our foot in the kingdom, man. Why? Because the Lord said, he that leadeth his captivity shall go into captivity. And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And reward her double recompense. Okay? It says, ye adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. So I don't see and understand why our people, the Negro, Latino, or Native American Indian man, is still holding hand with the wicked. And walking in the path of the world, man, that leaded to destruction, that wide gate. That is the gate the Most High's Son told you to walk away from, man. Okay? We're supposed to go through the straight gate, the gate of difficulty, man. And that place is here in America, man, because once you start speaking up for truth, you make yourself a prey, man. And that's what Yahawah Shai said, we're not above our master. All right? Because these self-proclaimed Christians out here, they ain't suffering no persecution. They're going around with their lives, with their prosperity doctrine, their happiness, their love, their lifetime goals are being fulfilled. But the true men of the Lord are going to suffer persecution. They're going to suffer for righteousness, man. And they're going to be on the highways and the byways preaching. All right? They're going to be out here prophesying, because the word is the spirit of prophecy. All right? This ain't no book just to lift you up and encourage you every now and then when you're ready to go to the book. It's not no ordinary book, man. This is the book of prophecy. And the word prophecy means to say before, man. All right? This ain't no ordinary book. But this book was given to the elect. Wherever the elect are scattered in the four corners of the earth, that's who it's going to go to, the Spirit. Because everybody has a Bible. That doesn't mean you're part of that number, though. You're not part of the elect. All right? Because the Lord has a small remnant that are going to do according to what he commands them to do. All right? And one of the commandments is not to follow the customs and traditions of the heathen, which is Christmas. Is, like I said, Christmas is coming up. That goes back to the Babylonian customs, man. All right? During the time of Semiramis, Tammuz. All right? Nimrod. But in more earlier times of the Romans. The Romans observed a certain custom known as Saturnalia. All right? Which is they worship Saturn. Which in origin, it was all they were doing was worshiping Satan, man. So Christmas has nothing to do with the biblical Israelites, nor does it have anything to do with the Savior of Israel, which is the Yahawah Shai, who y'all ignorantly called Jesus Christ, man. Because the Lord said, he that is a friend of the world is an enemy. You know? And he commands that we learn not the way of the heathens, man. Because I'm going to go ahead and bring out this one in Deuteronomy. All right? Let's see. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. It says, when the Lord thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and thou hast cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. Why? Because Israel was a small nation, but the Most High still chose that nation. All right? They were few in number, but they were still, that's who the Lord was dealing with, that chose. All right? Not because you were great in number, but because you were few. And because you were a special chosen people unto him, a peculiar people. All right? So all the other nations are greater than us. Yes, you know, they have their military might. They have their blessings that Yahawah Shai had granted the heathens. Like Esau. Esau was blessed with the sword. Today, the modern day sword is what? His technology, his artillery, his weaponry that he has through the army. All right, you know, he got like I said, the media. You know, he used different frequencies to knock down Jake, to knock down you Negro Latinos and Native American Indian. That's his sword, man. Okay? Yes, they're greater than us, but we have our power, Yahawah Shai, that is going to lift up a standard through the prophets and redeem us and the time comes soon, man. All right? But it says in Deuteronomy 7:2, and when the Lord thy power shall deliver them before thee, see? Because the Lord's going to deliver all our enemies into our hands, man. Because he's coming after them. He is the one that's going to lead this so-called revolution, all right? This battle. All right, he's gathering all the nations together right now over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man. All the other nations are gathering up, ready for war. They're putting away their staves and picking up a sword, man, like it's prophesied in the book of Joel. All right, they're beating their plowshares into weapons, man, into a sword. All right, it says, and when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Right, so the Lord was giving the Israelites a commandment in that time to go and kill those 7 greater nations that were more mightier than them. And that was talking about the the Canaanites, all right, which the Canaanites are an enemy unto the Israelites, man. All right, and that's that they were being governed. The Canaanites were, you know, heavily ruling the earth for a good minute, man, through Babylon, and all these different other ones. All right, it says, neither shalt thou make them marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. See, because like King Solomon, when he was marrying all those other heathens outside of his own people, he was that's what got him destroyed, man, because he was worshiping these other gods. So that's the whole thing that I'm alluding to, is that Christmas has nothing to do with the Bible, man. That's a paganistic custom. And that's what's bringing us Negro Latinos and Native American Indians down even further, because that's what we're following after the other nations, man. All right, this is their kingdom of heaven right now, man. This is not our kingdom. We're here to serve slavery, man, in the land of our captivity. But in the land of our captivity, we should remember his name, which is Yahawah, and we're gonna call upon that name, and we're gonna study to show ourselves approved unto the Most High, and put on as if the hopeful elect to get out of here, man. Lord willing, point blank period. He's coming back regardless. He's gonna destroy all this, but Lord willing that we're part of that number. It says, verse 4, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. See, so that's what's getting you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians destroyed, man. Because you're not casting away, you're not casting off that strange apparel, man. All right, you're not casting off those that spirit of wickedness. Okay, let me bring out another one. And it's simple, man. But it's just the thing is it's hard for these people is that they don't want to truly let go of the world. All right, that's what it boils down to at the end of the day, man. Is that they don't want to let go of the world. And just like Yahweh always said, that you have to forsake yourself, man. You gotta hate your life. You gotta hate the world. Hate the things that are in the world. You know. You gotta you know, strive for the truth till death. And what is the truth? The truth is in the book, man. The scriptures say, let thy word be truth and sanctify them through thy truth. There's no other truth outside of the Bible, man. No matter what you want to say, the prophecies are being fulfilled. All right? Everything that the Bible's speaking about is being fulfilled right now underneath y'all's people's noses, man. All right? The mark of the beast is the RFID chip. It ain't no barcode or embargo, nothing like that. It ain't no certain doctrine. It's an actual chip that they're going to implant inside of you, man. All right? Go back to the word mark in Revelation 13. It goes back to the Greek word charagma, which means to pierce, man. And people are already taking that chip, that mark of the beast right now, man. Chipping them on their own selves. Come soon, it's going to be mandatory. All right? And a lot of you people are going to take that chip. Why? Because you ain't got the spirit on you, man. You worship this current kingdom. You worship the current God that's in rulership right now, which is Esau, man. All right? So it says, going to Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 7, it says, hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord thy power, for the day of the Lord is at hand. For the Lord hath prepared a sacrifice, he had bid his guests. That's right, man. That's what we're doing. We're holding our peace right now. A lot of people may think we're trying to get carnal. No, we ain't trying to get carnal, man. We're out here preaching. All right? We're out here asserting authority through the spirit and power of Yahawah that's given us the power to come and do this thing, man. Whether you people are here or forbear. We're going to speak out into the wind, man. All right? Just like John the Baptist did, just like Ezekiel did. All the prophets done it. Because there was the majority of their people never listened to the prophets, man. All right? You got that parable of the rich man and Lazarus, which talks about Esau as the rich man, the so-called white man. And you got the poor man, which was Lazarus, with the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, man. All right? That he tried to tell Father Abraham, which was a representation of the Father, to bring somebody back from the dead that they may hear from him. But that already happened, man. It's happening right now because who the world called Jesus Christ, he was murdered by you Romans, all right? The so-called white people, the Romans, and by his own people had him delivered into the hands of the Romans and killed, man. But he resurrected. And right now he's bringing back that testimony through the mouths of his prophets. All right? So that's not going to work no more. No matter if somebody comes back from the dead, you still ain't going to listen, man. You're still not going to listen to what Yahawah says. But the elect are. The Negro, Latino, and Native American Indians, the 1/3, the Negro, Latino, and Native American Indians are the elect chosen of the Most High. Not those gutter rat Jewish people over there in Israel, man. All right? So it says, and it shall come to pass in that day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. You see, that strange apparel is what the Lord don't recognize. He don't understand. He don't know what you're wearing. He just knows that it's strange. It's not of him. You know. You're like, well, what are you doing, man? You look off. Why are you coming over here to me? I don't know you. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna cast you away. He's gonna send you out of his sight and have you delivered unto his guards and bound it up and cast it into the fire, man. Because why? Because you have that strange apparel on. All right, and that strange apparel is you walking in the spirit of this world, man, in the spirit of this life. That's not of His Spirit, man. All right, let me go ahead and bring out that one in Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. It says, woe unto the rebellious children, saith Yahawah, that take a counsel but not of me, and that cover what they covering but not of my spirit. That's right, because that's what that strange apparel represents, man. Is that it's not the spirit of Yahawah in this word, man, that's contained in this book. All right, it's outside of Him, it's contrary to Him. But they don't ask at Him, of His counsel. They go upon their own lust, their own hearts, to do what they see that is right. Woe unto you that call good evil and evil good, man. All right, because there's many people out there that are against us, that are against you brothers that are out there on the highways and the byways, man. You have many enemies, man. But don't be ashamed of that, because that's what King David went through. King David had many enemies. Yahawah had many enemies. But also real quick, also who was it? Elijah had many enemies. But what did Yahawah tell him? That he had 7,000 men that had bowed the knee to the image of Baal, right? Let me go ahead and see if I can find that. Romans 11 and 2. Yahawah had not cast away His people, which He foreknew. What ye not, what the scripture saith of Elias? What? W-O-T means believe. Believe ye not what the scripture saith of Elias, which is Elijah, because he was out there solo, man. He was out there prophesying against these great nations, up against the face of his enemies. All right, but the Lord verified to him this: how He maketh intercession to Yahawah against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed Thy prophets and digged down Thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of Yahawah unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. You see? So you have many people that are out there that are for you, man, that are praying for the Akim, that are prophesying, lifting up that standard, man, that was going to encourage you to lift up your spirit to continue on in the race thereof, man. All right, but you got to remember, we have many enemies, man. We got many people out here that really hate us, that really dislike that we have the right to come out here and preach, that we have the right to hold the Bible, that we don't have to go through Esau no more. We don't have to be cooped up in a house anymore. We can come out here into the highways and the byways and speak wherever so we desire, man. No matter if they trying to run us off the streets, you know, just like a personal testimony, you know, they ran me off on different corner streets of here in San Angelo, man. But they ain't gonna stop the word of the Lord, man. You Edomites, they can't stop it, man. And the main ones that always get me off the road is these Edomites. But then you got 2/3 of my people. They're the ones that they're the ones that they try to actually buck up and stuff like that, man. You know, you got Edomites that be doing that too, but you know, that's why the Lord told His disciples that they're gonna go throughout the whole, from everywhere in Jerusalem and beyond, man. And it's happening right now. That prophecy is being fulfilled right now. We're over here in the land of America, man, pushing His word. We're no longer just over there in Israel. All right, we've been scattered through the four corners of the earth. Now we're continuing what Yahawah said we were going to do. That we're going to do it beyond the outside of Israel. You know, Paul did it in the old world over there in Asia Minor. Now it's happening over here further. You know. I'm going to keep reading that in Isaiah 30 and 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahawah, and take counsel, but not of me, and that cover what they covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. See, that way they can continue in fulfilling their desires, man, their lusts. That's why they do what they do, man. They ain't trying to put away this world, man. They like being filthy. The Lord told us what to do, man. And the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10, it says, arise ye and depart, For this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. You see, so this place is unclean, man. You know, and Yahawah Shai is going to deliver that which is clean in His eyes, only through the spirit and power of Him, man. Because no one else can do that. Because in all our righteousness, we're as filthy rags. We're still considered filthy and dirty. Scarcely shall the righteous be saved. See. So we need Yahawah Shai, man, because Yahweh Shai, if it wasn't for the promise that He made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we would all be as Sodom and Gomorrah, man. We would be destroyed. All right. So it says, Isaiah 30:2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. That's right. So they strengthen themselves in the shadow of Egypt, man, which is today is America, man, spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt and Babylon. So they strengthen themselves in the wickedness of this kingdom. All right, this is their strength. This is what they depend on. You know, they don't depend on Yahawah Shai. Okay. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. See? Bring out another one real quick. I'm sure this one links up with it. This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 12. My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declareth unto them. See, so you Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian, 2/3, y'all ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declareth unto them. Talking about you go into these other these different avenues to receive wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. All right. It says, for the spirit of whoredoms hath caused them to err, because going outside the doctrine of Yahawah Shai, you're committing whoredom, because Israel was married unto Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, and they have gone a whoring from under their power. They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. That's right. So they see that the shadow thereof is good, man. That's where they find their resting place, under that artificial shade, under that artificial shelter, man. Because this place, America, or your Santeria, your witchcraft, whatever you got going on out there, is only temporary, man. All right. Every kingdom outside has always fell. America's gonna fall. America is known as Babylon the Great. All right. Were not the Romans proclaiming the same thing, that Rome was the mightiest kingdom on the earth? Egypt was doing the same thing. Guess what? Look what happened to the Titanic. When they first put it out there, they said not even God Himself can sink this shit. And look what happened, man. Why? Because there's great pride in this kingdom, man, in this world, in men. It says before a fall, before pride goeth destruction. Roughly paraphrasing. But going back to Hosea 4:13, they sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery. That's right. That's why you have, women, committing all forms of abominations and going outside of wedlock and things of that nature, because Israel, the men of the tribes of Israel, being the head of the household, went astray. So therefore their women are going to go astray, man. The Most High works in a way that he knows how to get you. He'll hurt you, because we hurt Him first. Else we wouldn't be in the predicament that we're in, man. All we had to do was to obey, but at the same time, Yahweh already had it set up in the spirit that this was going to happen, because we had to go through things in order to deserve something that's that is worthy to be given to somebody, and that's of great value. Okay, to really appreciate it. There's another scripture going into that whoring. There's many of them, but there's this one, because it's a very stupid idea to do, you know. So just bear with me, brothers. But come on, man, you know, everything is going according to plan. Everything is going the way it needs to go, man. All right, we just got to stay, you know, and preoccupied in the scriptures and meditating things that thereof. But this is Psalm 73, verse 27. Psalm 73 and 27. For lo, they that are far from thee shall perish. Thou hast destroyed all them that go a-whoring from thee. But it is good for me to draw near to Yahawah. I have put my trust in the Lord my power, that I declare all thy works. You see? So the Lord is telling us through the spirit of David that through David, thou hast destroyed all them that go a-whoring from thee. You see? So to be considered a whore is not a good thing, man. All right? It's not a good thing at all, because you've broken that covenant, man. You've broken that agreement. All right? But it says, but it is good for me to draw near unto the Most High. And how do you draw near unto him, man? Is be study, man. You stay preoccupied in the scriptures. That's how you stay in the spirit. That's what's going to keep you and help you fight against that woman with the flattery lips that's spoken of in the book of Proverbs, man, which is a parabolic. It ain't talking about no female on the side of the corner, on the corner. You could use it in that sense, but it's multifold. It's talking about these other doctrines, man, these other philosophies. Okay? Let me see, there's another one where, going back to where I was reading Deuteronomy 7, and that what the Lord told them what was going that to avoid didn't eventually happen. Let's see. This is Psalms 106, verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them. That's what I was reading in Deuteronomy 7. All right, because they were going to eventually learn the way of the heathen, and that's what was going to get them in the situation that they're in today, by going a whoring. All right, breaking the law, statutes, commandments, being disobedient. Verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen, and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Which is a snare unto them, man. Because dealing with idols is a snare unto you. All right, they will latch on themselves onto you, and it's hard to break that. That it's considered a stronghold. It's hard to break that. Only through the spirit and power and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to get that off of you. Because we're all under that white image. We're all under that old Christianity doctrine. But guess what? The Lord has broken those that you see on the videos and the highways and the byways outside of that delusion, man. All right. It says, and they served, but were mingled among the heathen, and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.